I don't believe in ghosts or demons, or any of the sort for that matter. At least that's what I used to say whenever that type of conversation came up. If it wasn't for what happened, it would still be my point of view. However, something might have changed my mind tonight. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it definitely is paranormal. In fact, I'd like to believe I imagined the whole thing. But I can't explain it. And no matter how much my own mind desperately tries to find a sensible explanation to it all, it can't. And I fear for my safety at this point. I have sleeping disorders that keep me awake at night, no matter how hard I try to sleep. So I was on one of my games I always play late at night, so I can pass the time until I eventually drift off. It was 2 a.m., and I was sat on my bed with my little lamp turned on that was placed across the room to give the room a dim glow, just how I like it. You see, I have always liked the darkness, and the only reason I would ever have any sort of light on at late times, or any time really, is if I was reading or playing games so I could see what I was doing. I guess I got fed up with the slow process the game was presenting me with, and I lost my patience with it. So I decided to search for hacks on the internet to give myself an unfair advantage in the game. I normally don't use hacks. I like to keep my gaming progress clean and earned. However, this was a time-killing game. Nothing wildly important, and nothing I would shed a tear over losing. I can always find a new time killer, right? I searched and tried to find a quick and easy hack that I didn't have to download anything or complete a survey for. As you can imagine, I wasn't successful in my search, and ended up deciding to complete one of these surveys. It was simple, really. It said that all I had to do was to sign up for a chance to win an Amazon gift card, and that is what I did. I clicked onto the link, which directed me to another page with a fill-in form. I put my name in, filled in my address, and made sure I wouldn't have to subscribe to any contract or monthly payment thing. I even went as far as to read the whole guidelines and agreement terms before I pressed accept. I was making sure to be extra careful before I would end up having to pay these people money for something I didn't even necessarily want in the first place. So far, so good. However, as I pressed accept after filling in every field, it directed me to yet another survey. I had lost my patience at this point, and promptly closed the search engine on my tablet to return back to my game, which was waiting for me on the phone beside me. Fuck it, I thought. I'll just make do without cheats, as I've done since the first game I've ever touched. I felt bad in a way for wanting to cheat in a game, but ended up dismissing it out of my thoughts and continue my late night routine. This is where it all started. The reason I'm posting this here. I received a phone call from an unknown number, and of course, considering it was unknown, I picked up out of curiosity. It was 3 a.m. at this point, and I was majorly confused about why the hell someone would be calling not just me, but anyone at this time of night. As I slid my finger across the screen and raised my phone to my ear, I can make out a distinctive breathing sound. Nobody was talking on the other end, just breathing. A little creepy, I thought, but I dismissed it as some kid trying to phone prank me. I've done it as a kid, so it wasn't anything new to me. But as I lowered my phone and pressed the hang up button, in the last second before it disconnected, I could clearly hear a deep voice on the other end call out my name. My full name. Not just my first name or my last name, as I filled in at the survey, no. My full name. This obviously creeped me out and left me staring at my phone for a good 2 to 3 minutes. How do they... My line of thought was cut off with a text message. Hi, insert name here. Here's your invitation for exclusive offers. I stared at the screen, still having not fully processed the phone call, and noticed that the message had a link attached to it. Being a bit on edge, I didn't click the link. If there was any chance this message came from the same person that by whatever miracle knew my name, I did not want to click it, so I didn't. I closed the messaging window and returned to my game, trying to distract myself and putting it all off as a weird coincidence and someone who knows me trying to mess with me. That is, until I received an email and simultaneously an in-game message reading the exact same message. Click the link. How would they know whether I clicked the link or not? I looked out of my window that was right next to my bed on the left side and tried to see if anyone was watching me. Nothing. Just the darkness of 3:30 in the morning glaring back at me, swallowing any sort of view that would be visible during daylight. I felt nervous at this point, but my curiosity, the part in me that wanted to expose all of this as bullshit and nothing but a childish prank, got the better of me, and I ended up clicking the link. And I wish I hadn't. Clicking on the link directed me to a page that redirected me to another page, and yet another, before any of them could even start to load. Eventually, it stopped at one page, and the screen read in big letters, "Exclusive offers." As I gazed my eyes up and down the page, I noticed that beneath was the outlining of a picture that was beginning to load. I don't know why I was buffering so much, because my router is in my room, and my internet has not once acted up in over 3 years. Any page I ever click on loads completely within seconds, and I have never missed a payment, so neither was it ever cut off. But this page took its time to load. As the picture eventually came into view, my stomach turned as I felt an incredible sense of danger coming from my window. It was me, sat on my bed, staring out of the window. On second view, I noticed the tiny triangle-shaped place symbol in the middle of the picture. That is when my stomach turned even more, as I realized that it was a video, and in fact not just a picture. I felt paralyzed as fear overcame me, holding me in place and taking away my freedom of moving as I pleased. Nevertheless, I slowly moved my trembling hand towards the symbol and clicked play. The video took place at the house right next to me, not inside, but rather in the garden as it was looking up at me. I noticed that my volume was set to silent, so I plugged in my headphones, put one into my ear, and raised the volume as I started to listen to the deep voice that, about 2 hours before, called out my name on the phone. The same voice that sent a chill down my spine just hours earlier was about to do it again in a single night. I felt absolute horror as it began to talk. I know people can change their voice, but not like this. This voice was not only inhumanly deep, as if the devil himself was talking to me, but the voice also had a devilish echo to it, one that cannot possibly be recreated by any human vocal cords. "Found you," was all it said, as the video minimized and my whole iPad suddenly shut down. I received a message. In absolute terror, I looked down on my phone as the screen showed an image of me on my bed, taken out of my closet on the other side of my room. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments below, and tell me what you thought of this narration. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for updates, and if you'd like to get early videos, shoutouts, and much more, I'd appreciate it if you check out my Patreon page. It's a place where you can help support my channel while getting awesome rewards in the process, and every pledge helps out a ton, no matter the size. So if you'd like to see all the rewards I offer and consider becoming a patron, it'd mean a ton to me if you'd click the link in the description and just check it out. And don't forget to show some love to the amazingly talented authors who make these narrations possible. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.